Alright, Red Faction, second video for today. This is the TWID. I briefly went over all this stuff when I was outside just now, but I'm going to fully read it for you guys. There's a lot of stuff in here. PvP people, I swear if there's not good Gambit stuff, I'm going to... You're going to see me in the PvP trying to get something, because there's a weapon there that, oh boy howdy. And it was the new weapon that I saw that I didn't exactly know what it was, and I didn't think it was a sniper rifle, but I thought it was an SMG, and that's all I'm going to say for now. Let's get into this. This Week in Destiny, May 29, 2026. This Week in Destiny, we have even more to share with you about Monument of Triumph update coming on June 9th, and yesterday we shared the dev article, Turn of the Director, and early this morning we pushed the dev insight article focused on weapons, the artifact vendors, and this TWID, we're going to cover what's coming in the Crucible, Pantheon, and for your cosmetics. TLDR, Crucible tuning updates, Pantheon rewards, updates to Raising Dungeons, ornaments, bright engrams, bright dust, and more cosmetic updates. So, quick little preview of everything. Weapon tier upgrading for crafted, buffs to many exotics. A lot of them are getting every exotic that doesn't have a catalyst is getting one. Desperado got a buff. All this other stuff. Turn of the Directory, all this stuff. PvP, Gambit Ops, bring our old friend into the fold of Gambit Ops with some rewards. Hopefully next week's TWID talks about what the rewards we're getting, or at very least an article coming out about like other stuff, because oh boy, I'm here for it. So PvP abilities, all multi-charge abilities in Crucible. So like, which I just thought that was a thing. Like I never started with 3 in Crucible. All multi-charge abilities will now start Crucible matches with 1 charge full instead of all charges full. I don't remember ever starting Crucible matches with like a full like Arcane Needle. Invisibility greatly increased the capacity to make players more visible in the Crucible, like they weren't already. Scatter grenades have been nerfed. Reduced the energy refund on kills on enemy players by 40%. Pocket Singularity has reduced tracking against players by 60%. So if like you're looking at someone and you put it towards them, but someone else, their friend or whatever, gets it in the track. So that's a substantial kind of nerf. Reduce the lunge range bonus versus enemies. Oh, Diamond Lance reduced the AoE freeze. Oh, players can no longer quick fall after throwing a Diamond Lance. Artifacts are disabled in trials and competitive. Wait, they were active? Increase the time between damage ticks against players. So that got kind of nerfed. And I mean, this got nerfed as well. No longer provide a damage resistance against other players. Oh. Reduce the point gain of special on enemy kills by 33. Reduce the minute. Okay. High impact autos got buff, so their RPM is faster. But the ADS damage, fall off is good, and the base damage and critical hit has been nerfed. Okay. This includes Vex and Suros, but excludes Cerberus and Sweet Business in its non-spun up state. Adaptives have been buffed. Lightweights have been nerfed. Especially because they know that this Martlet that I have is going to be fun. Every fucking time. Hand cannons, okay. Last word, Adagio stuff. Now for something interesting. So, Unified Crucible Ops. We have moved all playlists into the Crucible Ops screen and decrypted the Legacy Crucible node. This will allow us to better focus the population and reduce instances of duplicate or overlapping playlists. As a note, Control and Iron Banner Control, the only playlist in which skill is utilized for matchmaking, Outlier Protection will automatically revert to open skill queues if they are taking too long. So if I'm queuing into PvP, probably won't, but if I'm queuing into PvP and they try to make sure the outlier protection, like I don't get placed with crazy people. If it takes too long, it's open skill. So control will have outlier protection matchmaking, which will be Iron Banner control when Iron Banner is active. Competitive will have rank-based matchmaking, and it doesn't really feel like it. Rumble will be open skill, great. Quick play, open skill. This includes Mayhem, Rift, Relic, Momentum, Scorch, Supremacy, Clash, Zone Control, and Hardware Mix 6v6. Replaced by Iron Banner quick play when active. Small team quick play. This is replaced by Trials when it's active. Will be Survival, Heavy Metal, Elim, and it'll be open skill for all these. Limited time modes. Trials will be based on your passage-based matchmaking. This will replace Small Team Quick Play. Iron Banner Control uses Outlier Protection, available for 1 week every 4 weeks. Replaces Control. Blah, blah, blah. Iron Banner Quick Play will be either Tribute, Fortress, or Eruption. There will be SRL. And there will be private matches. So, the Legacy Crucible node that is there, that we currently have, when you go to the World tab, well, now all that stuff will be at the bottom in the new director. Updated rewards. This is the new armor look. So this is the Warlock one. Very reminiscent kind of an astronaut look. So, scoot to loot. Sliding click nearby ammo and grants a temporary enhanced reload speed and handling to your weapons. At 4, dealing damage with your weapons temporarily grants an enhanced slide. Gaining damage resistance while sliding. Antaeus War Titans are going to fucking love it. So, new weapons. The Helmsman. An arc, high impact, bolt action sniper rifle. I thought it looked kind of like, okay, we can see it like right here. Okay. So we see like there's Messenger, Reed's Regret, and this is the new sniper rifle. And he has the Queen's Foil tincture on it. All the others kind of share the same thing. Which, hold on, I gotta look at something real fast, because I don't think I have one. I'm going to get so much DMCA right now. I don't have a messenger, so I'll be able to get one. Okay. I'm excited because I am a big fan of Arc, but Void is definitely going to be like, it's going to be up there for me right now because a high impact bolt action. I mean, we're talking that's basically a aggressive frame. No, it would be like Newland. I'm saying like, yeah, it's a bolt action, but it would probably be the same as an aggressive. It's or like how like we got something something, and it's a bolt action. The Helmsman kind of has kind of has a Newlands look to it. Reprise back and fully tiered with new perk options. You'll have Yoxer's Longsword, Better Devils, Unending Tempest, Randy's Throwing Knife, Autumn Wind, Out of Bounds, Sorrow's Verse, Survivor's Epitaph, The Keening, and Frozen Orbit. Weapons from the Edge of Fate through Renegades are still earnable. You'll have Riptide, Moss, this, Pure Recollection, Return Memory, Stars and Shadow, and that. Newly tiered weapons. Weapons from pre-Edge of Fate are coming back as tiered versions with the same perks as they had last time. So Retrofuturist, Autonomous Autumn, and Last Perdition will now be, tiered. So if you're someone that really liked Anonymous Autumn, there you go. You'll get a new ship, Sparrow and Ghost, as post-game drops. This is the new Shack ship, the new Sparrow. I like the fact that there's only one horn too. That's really funny to me. And the Ghost, you can have a Shack shell now. There's also a new emblem and shader on the reward track because they brought back reputations, which I'm really excited for what Gambit's going to be, because if they're so there's going to be a new modifier called Arena Collision. Is a 4v4 game mode that harkens back to the original style of it. So, primary weapons unchanged. Hipfire accuracy and aim assist penalties are decreased. Special weapons are disabled. Heavy weapons, the damage is decreased. You can pick them up. All weapons grant 60 airborne effectiveness. Radar's been heavily modified, so the base radar range has been decreased and no longer expands dynamically. Players will only show up on the radar if they are shooting, sliding, sprinting, jumping, or have heavy ammo. Within the center circle, players will show up as dots instead of illuminated wedges. Grenades have recharge been disabled. Getting the final blow will refund it. However, melees are disabled. Melee damage has been decreased. Glaive melee damage has been further reduced. Class abilities. The only way you get your class abilities is by getting the final blow. And all that stuff. Supers are disabled. There's no 3 peeking. Respawns are 7 seconds. You can be revived. New additions to private matches, heavy metal, and Sparrow Rig Leasing are active. So you can have a private match of Sparrow Rig Leasing. Kraus. Glass Cannon. When everyone in Super no one is. This modifier is filled with 30 seconds of fun style loops and power spikes. But players are much less resilient. This is similar to D1. Body shot damage is significantly increased. Oh boy. Special ammo is persistently faster. You retain twice as much ammo after death. The game starts with special ammo crates. Heavy. Oh my good lord. Aim assist is slightly reduced. Radar is unchanged. Grenade cooldowns are doubled, but grenade damage is what? Oh, Titans and myself are gonna love this. Cooldowns are doubled. Super's cooldowns are half, but the damage taken from weapons, grenades, and melees, while super is greatly increased. Oh, so I'm just gonna go freaking Nova Bomb, just throw it. Get it, throw it. Software. This is all. This is just like. Oh damn. Software will be interesting. So like, if you want like a D1 style play, do this. If you want to just like have mayhem with not being shot, this. You're always in third person as well. 5 seconds. There are no revives. Rift. Single round Rift allows the game to play continuously from start to finish with no resets after the spark is done. Competitive rewards. So this is competitive armor. Why? What does this do? Primal weapon final blows grant stacking bonus ability and weapon range and handling until you are defeated. Increased mobility and grants enhanced sprint speed and slide distance. Note, this benefit does not stack with the enhanced sprint or slide provided by exotics or abilities. They do stack with things that increase movement speed via scalar or light, weight, or killing wind. Oh. So if I'm running a lightweight weapon. Oh. Interesting. The new competitive weapon is an arc lightweight hand cannon. Rose, Redrix, Mercure Overreach, Deadlock, Belisar, the Riposte, Solemn Remembrance, and Particular Charm are, and by reprise, they basically mean like it's going to be brought up to tier 5, or could be brought up to tier 5, which I could get an even better snapshot opening shot with multiple perks and the origin trait, maybe? Hmm. Alongside new competitive glory set armor are returning weapons. We're also adding 2 emblems to be earned. When 77 games in the competitive playlist to unlock this, I am the Crucible. New Ascendant 0 emblem, Last Guardian Stand, works the same way as Ascendant 0 emblem, where you earn points for wins in Ascendant 0. More points wins at higher ranks. The number of points determines your drop chance for it. Earning 1,000 points guarantees the emblem on your next win. Last Guardian Standing. Okay, that's pretty cool. The playlist. So reduced Solitude Clash is normal. Distance Clash is low. Rusted Lands is low. Widow's Court is very low. Anomaly Collision is very low. Multiplex Collision, Exodus Blue Clash, Twilight Gap Clash, and Vostok in both modes is 0. Oh. Trials of Osiris and map rotations. One map is randomly selected from each of the 3 pools below. So in pool 1, you'll have Burnout, Jaff 4, and Endless Veil. Per map. So you could, like, let's say you get like this map, you have like I think a higher chance of getting these ones versus that one. Pool 2, all 1 map pools. Altar Flame, Pacifica, Cirrus Plaza, Ematide, Dead Cliffs, Meltdown, Solitude, Radiant Cliffs, Wormhaven. You have an 8 chance of getting one of those maps. Pool 3 is all the maps except for Convergence, Rusted Lands, Multiplex, Citadel, and Exodus Blue. So while most weekends we would expect to end up on 3 different maps on the rotation, the system makes it possible to have more popular maps makes double and triple weighted. For example, we could end up on 2 Jav 4 maps, then have a Dead Cliff. It's highly unlikely to end up with all Endless Veil, Burnout, or Jav 4 for a weekend. If that map gets selected in the pool, we felt this change will help keep the experience less repetitive. We also have a whole new set of rewards for Trials of Osiris. We're resetting the Trials engram at launch, so spend them now. New Trials engrams and score-based rewards at end of matches will be able to drop all of the new gear, while our focus gear system is changing to have a pool of weapons instead of a single focused item. So this is a new iron. This is the new Trials set. Why am I a frickin' bull? Like, why does a warlock become a bull and the titan kind of becomes how like the warlock should be? When an ally is defeated, primary weapons gain increased handling, reload, target position, and reduced flinch. Bonuses increase as multiple allies are dead at the same time or when running solo. Final blows with primary weapons remove you from the radar for a short time. Drawing a weapon that does not use primary ammo will immediately end this effect. The new weapon, you get a Arc Adaptive Burst Linear Fusion, so a new heavy weapon. Messenger, Summoner, Scholar, the Scholar, Solar Scar, Aisha's Care, Exalted Truth, Keen Thistle, Inquisitor, Ingenious Hammer, Sharia's Wrath, Aya's Soul, Exile's Curse, and Tomorrow's Emperor will all be brought up to tier 5. The Martlet, all of these, they will be returning, which means, where's yesterday's question? Yesterday's question. Where's yesterday's question? Newly tiered, reads regarding yesterday's question. Perfect. Bonus pools are replacing the old single weapon as the weekly focus. Now it's a focus pool that will drop in addition to the base rewards. Lighthouse will have its own focus pool as well, home to some of the best weapons the Trials has had to offer. Week 1, you'll be able to get the Scholar, Exile's Curse, Solar Scar, Forgiveness, Aisha's Embrace, Conjurum Hammer and Astral Horizon. Week 2, you'll have Aisha's Care, King Thistle, the new adaptive LFR, the Immortal, Burden of Guilt, Unwavering Duty, and Card Effect. Week 3 will be Exalted Truth, Eye of Soul, Tomorrow's Answer, Everburning Gliss, Arc Destabilizer, and the Martlet. Where's yesterday's question in that? The Lighthouse will give you Iggy, the Messenger, Shayo's Wrath, the Summoner, and the Inquisitor. There's also new ships, sparrows, and ghosts for you to collect, as well as an emblem and shader for the Saints War Trek. These are the 2 ghost shells. This is the new sparrow, 2 new sparrows, and 2 new ships. Iron Banner has a new armor set, and why does the Warlock look like a miner? They're all miners. Like hi ho, off to work you go. Increases handling and reload speed for primary weapons. Primary weapons, this is a set bonus. Primary ammo weapons gain increased damage against non-boss combatants based on your weapon stats. Final blows while your super is active rerun super energy when it ends. So, okay. So, would that mean, okay, now, follow my mindset here. Um, Storm Dancer's Brace could be better. But at the same time, wouldn't Geomags get better too? Because the amount of damage you're going to do is going to refund it. So Final Blows while your super is active refunds super energy when it ends. So if you keep that going, you'll get that. But also, doesn't that mean that Skull of Dire Ahamkara will be better? No one Final Blows and Final Blows while you have Devour grants super energy. So would Skull of Dire Ahamkara make this even better? Or would Nezarec Sin be better? That will have to be something I test out. And it also makes me wonder, could Astrofight Verse be good? I mean, there's a lot of good things um for that. What did this do again? Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, that got kind of nerfed. Like what else could be good too to run? So if you're Arc, I would say you're definitely gonna want like Geomags, Storm Dancer's Brace. Maybe Mantle of Battle Harmony could be good to run with it. Which you can increase reload speed for your primaries. Weapons gain increased damage against non-boss combatants, which is weird that this is an Iron Banner thing. Like, I feel that there's going to be a lot of people playing Iron Banner to get, like, a good roll on this set. Just so they can, like, get that. But let's move on to the weapons. Reprised weapons. Weapons that are coming back. They're going to be tiered. You're going to have Fellwinter's Lie will have random rolls. Multi-Mock. Lethal Abundance. The Forward Path. Point of the Stag. Wizen Rebuke, Pressurized Precision, Cremil's Dagger, Time Worn Spire, Roar of the Bear, Ganora's Axe, and Occult Finality. My Sniper is coming back. Returning, you'll have the Finite Impactor, and that, the new one, newly tiered. You'll have Tusk of the Boar, Frontier's Cry, Archon's Thunder, Reese Walker, Tinashe's Mastery, Peace Bond, Allied Demand, The Hero's Burden, Claws of the Wolf, Yorm's Claw, and Bite of the Fox. Another sniper for me. Yay. Bonus focus. These pools will alternate each time Iron Banner is active. Winning has a higher chance to earn as a bonus drop. Where is it? Where is it? So first Iron Banner, we'll have Forward Path, Time Worn Spire, Wizen Rebuke, Camille's Dagger, Garnora's Axe, Found Wilter's Lie, and Rizuk's Pledge. Second Iron Banner will be Multi-Mock Finite Impactor, Occult Finality, Lethal Abundance, Pressurized Precision, Point of the Stag, and Roar of the Bear. So would the second one have Bite of the Fox in it? But I'm also not going to complain about getting another Occult Finale, especially if I can get like very good, uh, you know, you know, Pulse Rifle. That's lightweight. Hmm. Hmm. Bungie, you're intriguing me here. But but this is PvP, so if you can cook this much up for PvP, and you don't cook up anything for Gambit, I'm gonna look at you very differently. Enter the Pantheon. Pantheon. Moments of Triumph will include a new set of Pantheon raid activities, shaped in the image of the original format, but with upgrades and surprises featuring new bosses, new rewards, new ways to play. We want to celebrate Destiny 2's bosses that veterans may remember and give returning Guardians an opportunity to experience them. At launch, there will be 2 activities available, each with a unique lineup of bosses. The first Saturday after launch, a 3rd activity will unlock, which challenges players to take on a full gauntlet of bosses. The following Tuesday reset will reset the weekly rotators, begin featuring individual bosses. Guardians can unlock a new armor set for each class, a suite of weapons reprised from the original activities, with a unique origin trait and holofoil variants. Each multi-boss encounter concludes with the vendor offering purchase of pre-rolls of acquired items from spoils. Reprised Pantheon encounters have a chance towards reward ornaments for their original armors. For example, Callus may drop the armor ornaments related to the original base Leviathan raid for Guardians that have not unlocked them. Competing in a new set of Triumph and Exotic Commands and a new title, all activities will offer an adventure difficulty aimed at players looking for a lower stakes opportunity to learn, teach, and practice for success. This lifts the power cap, allows for infinite revives, and adds stack of timing requirements for some mechanics, with the trade-off of limited pool of lower tier rewards. Feats. Since our introduction as a Fate, we've been listening to the feedback that in already challenging activities, the feat system has made it too difficult to earn highest quality gear. In Moments Tram, those activities that have a standard difficulty option without feats will continue to offer weekly tier 5 drops per encounter. Feats are still accessible in the new customized difficulty mode, where they're overhauled the quantity and quality rewards. Okay. The additional drops in tier are pre-encounter and guaranteed. In addition, we have increased the reward value with some feats to better represent their degree of challenge. Reminder, feats will not be present in Pantheon. These changes are specifically for the Desert Perpetual. Cutthroat, you get 4 challenges, 2 Shock Troopers, 2 token limit, phase limit, 1. So if you get a grade of 5 for each road grade, so if you have 5 feats, and they can be cleaned repeatedly. Raid and Dungeons Rad rewards. We wanted to provide a compelling reason for Guardians to revisit their favorite Rad activities, Raid and Dungeon, and Moments of Triumph. To that end, we've updated all the weapons and armor from pre-Edge of Fate to be tiered rewards. This means all dungeons and raids will have drop tiered gear. All dungeons will drop tiered weapons. Craft raid weapons will have tier bonuses accessible from the relic. For weapons, this unlocks all the features of gear tier, including enhanced perks, barrels, mags, origin traits, cosmetics. Mods for armor, this unlocks a feature of gear tiering, allowing for unique set bonuses for each raid. In addition, all raid weapons will gain updated perk pools, while all dungeon weapons will gain new origin traits. Craftable raid weapons now have an option to upgrade the tier gear. Check out new tiered raid armor will no longer drop with a slot for activity-specific mods. However, once acquired, those legacy pieces can be purchased from Hawthorne with spoils. Below is an example of the Shadow Throne dungeon that launched with its own unique armor set in 2018. Or that launched without its own unique armor set, which now rewards an armor set featuring art from Season of Defiant and includes a set bonus. Gain a powerful overshield when performing a finisher. When you finish a target, release a slowing burst around you. Gain increased damage resistance when you deal damage or land final blows. Finishers grant accelerated product max stacks. The rate of your ability recharges faster. That's going to be nuts in Gambit. So this is the helmet. That actually looks pretty cool. I think this is for a Titan. Rad Rotator. The Raid Dungeon weekly feature rotators are returning with changes to incorporate tiered rewards. 2 raids and 2 dungeon activities will be promoted with a featured status each week. Challenge icons will lead you to the featured activities on their original destinations, in addition to being stored at the top of the new raid dungeon category on the director. While they were previously offered a power upgrade, a featured raid and dungeon activities now reward the highest quality gear outlined below. The list of rewards are farmable unless noted with a weekly lockout. Featured raid. Standard, deep set weapons or tier 5 armor from encounters and challenges. Master, same as standard plus adept weapons. Director challenge, deep set weapons or tier 5 armor, weekly lockout. Hidden chest, tier 5 armor, weekly lockout. Deep set chests if all patterns are complete. Vendor, weekly deep set purchase. Master offers adepts for 25 spoils. Non-featured raid. Chance for deep sight tier 3. Master blah blah. Deep sight weapons and tier 5. Featured dungeon. Tier 5 in armor at standard. Better chance at master. The director challenge. Tier 5 weapons and armor with a weekly lockout, so you can only do it once. Hidden chest, same thing. Non-featured, you get tier 3, and a master, you get tier 5. As you can tell, this release really looked to bring back our raid and dungeon content over the years. We have marveled at how extraordinary our community has overcome every challenge we can dream up. Your dedication and limitless capability have been a source of information with the Pantheon. And most of the times we endeavor to create an opportunity for your fire team to walk into the unknown and achieve the impossible. More vault and loadout slots. Before we close out this section about with so many new things and new and renewed weapons and armor to earn, you may be wondering where you're going to fit it all. Well, good news. Your vault's getting more space. You're going to have 1,300 slots. That should be enough to fit everything, we hope. On top of that, how about some extra loadout slots? We're adding 8 more, so you go from 12 to 20. You'll have 20 loadout slots now. Cosmetic bright engrams, bright dust, and expanded exotic armor ornaments. When Renegades launched, we introduced universal exotic ornaments, and the Destiny fashion community got to work, making many exciting new fits for the Guardians. However, one question arose. When can we put legendary ornaments on our exotic armor? The answer is the Monument of Triumph. We didn't just stop at legendary ornaments, however. All qualities of armor ornaments from common to legendary can now be applied to the currently equipped exotic armor alongside the universal exotic ornaments. The same caveats are applied to it, but still apply to the expanded ornaments. If the ornament is not specifically partnered to the equipped exotic armor, its visuals will temporarily be disabled in PvP content, but will return, special visual cues or effects applied by it that aren't specifically parented to the equipped exotic may not be available. So, if you have, you got Orpheus rigs here, right? You can put on, this one. Relativism, you can put, that on. Note that the equipped armor's icon will update to show the visual of the moment equipped, but will still retain the exact quality color. This will ensure that players in PvP can always know that the rivals have an exotic equip, even if they're wearing an ornament of a different quality. So, could I theoretically, with this, I could go to my Warlock Exotic class bond. I'll be able to throw on the Ancestral Bond, throw on Primer, and would it disappear? Because if that's the case, it's going to make my drip look so much better. uh, in addition to expanding the range of ornaments that can be equipped on exotic armor, the full collection of exotic armor ornaments for each class can be viewed in the collection in the exotic below. So besides looking at, okay, so I'll now be able to see what ornaments I'm missing. Next thing, Destiny announcements. This will allow you to refer to announcements that you may want to read or need to reread, may have missed, or have accidentally dismissed up for up to 30 days after the receipt. After which they will naturally expire and be removed. Additionally, the system will support a dynamic announcements with. What? Vilicia Mayhem. New. Okay, so this is just like new stuff. Bright Engram focusing. The upcoming release will change how the Bright Engrams work in addition to Bright Engram focusing housed in the new tab in the Eververse. Focus Engram will award unknown stuff from. So you'll be able to go for like exotic with Bright Dust, of course. So let's say you get a Bright Engram, you can focus it to get whatever. So you can get exotic weapon ornaments, exotic emotes, legendary and exotic ornaments, individual engrams per class slot. 600 Bright Dust, you can get accessories, legendary emotes, single player emotes, legendary finishers, 300 Bright Dust, legendary accessories, legendary shared use, hollow chips, ghost holograms, and transmit effects, or just go for the base one and. Focus items will contain Eververse source items in the category that is drawn from across Destiny 2's history, even items newly introduced in Monuments of Triumph and items that have never been offered in engrams or for Bright Dust will be available through Focus engrams. Note that Focus engrams will offer items only. Bright Dust will not be as it. However, you can still get offers of gifts of Bright Dust from the original decryption with no focusing. While several Focus engrams have more items in them than we can show in the preview contents below, seriously, there are a lot of items. They will not drop duplicates and their contents are finite. This means they will gradually deplete as their contents are acquired. As an engram depletes, the preview of the contents will update. Eventually, all remaining will be visible in the preview at once. When the focus engram has been completely empty, the preview. Okay, and it will be blocked, and there will be nothing left to earn. Bright Engram Focusing will provide a one-to-one exchange for our legacy engrams that were available before Eververse engram was introduced. The exchange for the given is that, so all these from season 1 to season 11. Evergreening. What is this? With the end of Destiny 2's regular release schedule in Monument of Triumph, we've had major changes to the ways that we distribute Bright Dust and chronologs or offer access to content from Eververse. The Rewards Pass, Monuments of Season Pass, or Bright Engrams, each of these changes are from a perspective of supporting weekly resets that will change and on improving access to that many cosmetics that we offer throughout the years. Some highlights of the changes, which we'll cover in greater detail in patch notes, include chronologs will now be one of our 4 featured currencies shown across the UI, listed after Glimmer but before Silver. They will no longer take a spot in the inventory as a result. Bright Dust and chronologs will shift their focus to be predominantly earned through the seasonal hub, with weekly earnable amounts going up as the hub absorbs other sources. Rewards Pass. In addition to the shift to the hub, Bright Dust and chronologs will still be available on the Triumphant Rewards Pass, in part to compensate for the long delay. All Bright Dust on the Triumphant rewards is on the free track. The score boost has been replaced with an additional XP boost with up to 15 personal and 15 fire team XP available. 5 stages, the boost will automatically be unlocked based on progress earned on the Lawless Rewards Pass. The Triumphant Reward Pass has additional cosmetics, including 2 new armor sets, ornament sets, 6 shaders, 2 accessories, 2 emotes, a finisher, a hollow chip, ghost hologram, and a skimmer. Moments of Season Pass. Ash and Iron and Lawless Rewards Pass have been added to the Monument of Seasons Pass. Because it will be permanently available on the Rewards Pass screen, the Triumphant Rewards Pass will not be available on the Moments of Season Pass. The seasonal armor bundles from Year of the Final Shape have been added to the relevant seasons in the Moment of Seasons Past. This will allow Guardians to acquire samples of these armor and lock them as ornaments Eververse. The Eververse will be shifting to a more evergreen state. Some changes will be noticed immediately, including the daily office tab, while others will be starting on June 23rd. More details in a future patch. Double feature today. You got two art and movie of the week. And Gambit Warlord by Mekla, strong language warning. Okay, there's a lot. Yeah, I don't think I'm included in this, so that's good. Whew. Alright. That's everything for this Rare Friday Twid. Hopefully that's plenty. There's a lot of great changes coming to the Monument of Triumph. And the goal of this week in the 3 articles was to lay it out. Well, almost all of it. We'll be there with you all on June 9th, trying out some exotics, blah, 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 take on old raid bosses one more time. Fighting for friends in the most predictable Crucible matches. Dropping an idea here. Job 4, New Line Beyond only. Gain some renewed versions of fan favorite returning weapons. And the blast of the most annoying horn during some late night SRLs. Honk back if you love Destiny 2 as much as we do. Destiny 2 community team. So, the only thing that I want to know with all of this, and this can be next Wednesday, it could be next Thursday. What are we getting for Gambit? Besides just being put in the ops category and getting all that stuff and having focusing. Please reveal that next week, hopefully, preferably. All right. With that being said, everyone, I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you later.